wonder if it's like related to my like state of being usual. I would define myself as kind of an uptight person. I seem like a chill person, right? But like, I'm just uptight. Like, I don't like to sit around a lot. I always got to be doing something, always progressing. That's my mentality, or I feel like I'm failing. I don't know how much of that I rely on now. Praise Yah. So I didn't feel like showing up today, but I did anyway. So let's see if inspiration shakes my hand. This is something I had thought about yesterday. It's the start of a new school year. My kids are going back to school. And so like, this is mainly just, I'm just tired because, you know, I work late nights, but I still gotta, you know, be up for the kids. So it throws me off, and I really don't like days like these. Like, I gotta push through because I don't have the opportunity. I hate napping for one. If I'm super tired, then, you know, I'm gonna do it. But sometimes it just isn't the opportunity, you know. But yeah, just being super tired, like, it feels like paralysis almost. Like, not enough motivation to move, to do anything. But yeah, so yesterday I just had a thought, you know how people do like the 30 beats, 30 days type of thing, Beattober or January, that kind of thing. I did one of those. I did like a 30 beats, 30 days, like years ago. But it struck me yesterday, like, I think it's easier for me to get and do these live streams when the kids are in school. So, because they're out, you know, I have more of the house to myself. It's a little bit quieter and all that. So, yeah, it just struck me to see, like, I'm curious what would happen if I did like a stream a day for like 30 days. So I'm gonna push through and try to do them when I can. I'm not gonna be so rigid with, like, if I miss a day, I'm gonna be hard on myself. But I do have audio, right? But anyways, yesterday I sat down, you know, I was at work on my break. I started writing down ideas, like, for live streams, what I could do, some ideas. And one of the first idea that struck me is just, you know, make music with a different sample pack. And it makes it easy for the thumbnails because, you know, they hook up the artwork on those sample packs. So it makes my thumbnail look nice, I think. So pretty easy with that. So yeah, I was just sitting down thinking of different ways I could, you know, come up with ideas and things I could do if I was just trying to do a live stream, you know. And it's a quick way of doing some content. Doesn't require me to edit anything or, you know, really focus on perfection. I like doing the live streams. A part of it is, I think, is very helpful for my way of being, which some of y'all could probably relate, being creatives, is the whole perfectionist thing. Because when I get on here, a lot of times I'll get on in like fear of doing something whack, you know? And you can't have that fear. Or it's okay to have a fear, but like to look it in the eye and be okay with it. So a lot of times I do these live streams, I don't come up with anything. And, you know, that's what it is. So, but whatever. So this is my idea. I'm going through this Tamuz pack. It is, let me pull it up. I wanted to pull up the description just to read it for y'all. There it is, the Tamuz Tribute Volume 3. So I believe all these tribute packs are, like I said, is a homage to Jay Dilla. This sample pack delves deeper into the iconic producer's legendary drums. Tamuz continues the exploration of the incomparable, so you say that right, drum sound of the GOAT, showcasing 150 saucy drum breaks that encompass Dilla's signature style alongside elements hard-hitting Dilla, Soulquarian, and D'Angelo drums. So that's what I'm going through right now. It's just some of the loops. And then, let's see what else. These samples were recorded using a vintage 70s kit sent through a reel-to-reel kind of 70s tape machine. Cool. To evoke the nostalgic charm of the records that Jay Dilla sampled from. Sample pack features 150 saucy drum breaks. You gotta put the little adjective in there. 120 punchy drum one shots. I think that's what I left out of my sample pack. I just wrote like 50 kicks. I gotta put punchy kicks in there, make it a little more appealing to the ear. 142 melodic one shots featuring crunchy synth sounds, deep effects, textures, slick roads, organs, and dreamy arpeggios designed to enhance and complement your tracks with their melodic richness. All breaks are BPM labeled and formatted. Okay, it's 24-bit, compatible with all DAWs and samplers. And it's $29.99 over at the Drum Broker. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna be kind of looking at today. I've got a sample to chop up already, and some drums and stuff picked out. So I've got an alternative for you though. I know y'all probably heard about this one. Lift the Noise, Slow These Sounds. This one's only $10, so do with what you will if you want to support the channel. There it is, little sample pack. I'm trying, bro. It feels a little cringy. I always try to sell something, but it is what it is. I'm checking out the chat now. What's good? Blatantly blatant. What's happening? Thanks for coming in. Tamuz, my go-to for sure. That's what's up. That's what's been killing you from going live. Just not. Is it like a lack of sleep too? That's what you're saying. You got kids as well? Boy, you talking fire for sure, bro. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming in with the support and camaraderie. So I don't even know what I said at this point. Was it that good? Everything I said hit home for sure. Yeah, man. But that's actually one question I wanted to ask you, since that's great. You said you're talking about going live, because I was just curious, because a live stream. I mean, there's different levels of it. You can really plan out a live stream, go bullet for bullet, and go down and do the list and stuff. Have a topic. Sometimes I'm a little more organized, but mainly I just casually do this thing. But it is good to have at least an idea. And I think one, just doing a stream based around a sample pack is a quick way of doing something. Like I said, it hits you with the thumbnail because they already did the artwork up. A little cheat code, right? So, but yeah, I was curious if any of you guys are going live, or if you're thinking about going live, what are some kind of ideas you would have for live streams? What kind of uniqueness or something different that you could do? Not that I'm really doing anything different here as far as sample pack reviews is called. Yeah, what are some of y'all ideas? What are some things y'all want to do live, if you're into that? Sin City, Big World, what's good? Let the pray. What's up? Are y'all subbing up to each other? That's what's up. Let's see. 5 kids and just been BSing about going live. I used to go every day. Oh, you did? Okay. Yeah, man. There's seasons, I could barely do a live stream during the summer because I had my kids. They were out of school. They weren't in a summer session or nothing like that. So, but there's different seasons. You got to adjust to it. That's one thing you should know for sure. I don't know who said it, but it was always a saying that stuck with me. The only thing consistent is change. You know what I mean? The only thing you can rely on to be consistent is change. The fact that things change. So, you can have your goals and stuff and expectations, but expect your expectations not to be met, and have some foresight, foreknowledge, knowing. You got to be able to look at the past to be able to understand the patterns of the future, and sometimes it gets me off guard, but I'm learning. I'm yeah, seasons change, things change, schedules change. I have to adjust, and so I'm gonna do something different. I didn't do very well adjusting this summer, and I don't feel like I got very much done. I probably did the least amount of content that I've ever done, I think, since I started. I probably went a couple months without a video, and I think the longest I've ever gone without posting a video was a month, but it was planned. Years ago, that was a planned thing. So, but yeah, going through some of these breaks, just so you can hear them, and then I decided to pull another angle over here. you can get that going. It's not as clean. Like I'm doing this. I like this on the stand here, kind of at the side, but it's not as clean looking as the overhead, because the overhead, you don't get like all the wires and all this stuff, and it ain't that bad. I've seen some of y'all's setups. I couldn't live with some of y'all's setups, all the wires and stuff. Yeah, some of the breaks, I'm gonna go out though. I don't know how much time I have here. I think I've been heading out to pick the kids up around 2, so these are melodic one shots. They're in different keys, which I don't know, like A flat, B. I prefer a kit if I'm getting a one shot packed up for them all to be in C, because it makes it like more of an autochromatic thing when you have the sample in C, because it's usually how they get mapped. But you can always pitch them, do a little work, you know, or with the MPC you can set the root note. Some cool stuff. And like, I mean, I guess all this went through an MKII tape machine, so you're hearing a lot of hiss though through my microphone because I got the AC running. So speaking of hiss, this is just a hiss sound. That's cool. We'll layer that on something. I stopped, maybe fear of making whack stuff and no one watching. I don't know why I'm tripping lately. Well, that's the beauty thing though of going live when no one's watching. Like, I've been there. I mean, I don't have huge streams unless the topic is super like hyped up, you know, like MPC 3 or something. Like when that drops, I'll probably have like 40 people in here. That's about, I don't know, 50. I think that's probably about as much as I've seen the most. But topic matters, you know, so maybe try out some of the sample pack, you know. If a sample pack drops and you can get your hands on it, might have some hype to it, you know, so utilize that. But then in the meantime, like, while you're while no one's watching, you don't really have to fear of being whack or nothing. That gives you some freedom to like do whatever you want to do. Like, what would you do if you were just sitting in your room and the camera wasn't on you and no one was watching? You wouldn't really care because no one's watching. So it's quite a bit of this. There's up to 142 samples. Go through them, I guess. You guys just got your push 2. Yeah, you were telling us about that yesterday. Probably def go live this week. Sometimes after work, I'm like, I just want to make beats, but not go live, and then I don't record my process when I should. Yeah, man, it's really like 2 birds, 1 stone. I mean, you got nothing to lose. It's just the initial, you know. If you don't have a place where like all your stuff is already set up, I gotta like remember what book it was. Like, I listen to audiobooks sometimes and I get a lot of like the mind state stuff, like The War of Art or Think and Grow Rich. And I don't know which one of those, if it's the same author, but one thing that really sticks out is the one about creating good habits and relieving yourself from bad habits. And the way you do it is like by setting up systems where it makes it easier. Like if there's the more obstacles it takes to actually get to doing that good habit thing, less likely you're going to do it, right? So like if you have, like, I don't know, if you got cameras, have them in a place where they're set up. Like if they're packed away and you need to pull them out, of course you're going to be like, nah, I won't do it now. I'll do it a different day or something. You know, I'm not feeling it. So like the way that I have stuff set up, like I have an overhead mount and it just holds my phone. So whenever I want to put it up, I connect it. It's got the cables all connected. I got this mic or this camera right here and another camera over here, which right now is like facing upwards. But I don't really use this as a camera, but it's my audio interface because it's not a great camera. But it's all linked up, you know, and it's ready to go whenever I feel like it. My bad. So whenever I feel like it, I'll just flip it on. I just gotta plug in my phone and press a button, and I'm like ready to go. So that's really important. One of the examples in the book, and if I could remember, I'll have to dig and see what book it is. Maybe one of y'all knows. One of the examples for the reasons why people don't get out of bad habits is because it's easier for them to do those habits than it is for the good ones, because they haven't set up systems in order to be able to do the things that would be progressive or beneficial, like binging a show. It's easy just to watch a show and then watch another episode. But if you did something like unplugged your TV every night, and when you come in the room or whatever, if you wanted to turn the TV on, you'd have to like reach around behind the TV, plug it in. At least you're creating like a barrier, you know, the same barriers that exist for us, like usually for good habits, because no one sets those things up for us. But it's kind of normal for a television to be like the center of most people's lives, and that's kind of a problem. Like, I see it as a problem. Like, I've been talking about it for years, and I almost feel fed up to the point where I want to just get rid of my TV, because, you know, it's like an altar. Like, and when the kids just sit there and they just watch it and they just consume, and, you know, I use it as shamefully, as a way to be able to focus on my things because they're entertained, but ultimately it's not good. You know, it's like getting your energy sucked out, your children's energy sucked out, rather than using creative energy. Their energy is being focused on whatever it is, and they're being programmed by the television, you know what I mean? So you got to set up these systems. That's what it is, man. It's just hard to get there. But I don't want to do too much talking without creating. So let me get up out of these melodic one shots and go into the one shots and see. We got cymbals, fills, hi-hats, kicks, perk loops, snares, toms. So let's go through the snares a little bit. The kind of snares you get. So I did a little prep. I got somewhat of a drum kit going out of these sounds already. I don't use toms a lot. I gotta maybe try to incorporate that into, you know, figuring out how to do some tom rolls for some fills, like through finger drumming. So these are kicks, hi-hats. I wish this would have been organized in like open hats and closed hats, but there's very few open hats in here. There's quite a bit. About 11 open hats. Okay, what else we got? So I built a kit. Simple, and then I got a roll, because I gotta have my rolls. So there aren't any actual rolls in here, but you can go to fills. This is like a flam thing. I always have the flam thing, but there's fills in here that you can chop it from. That's what I did. I've actually also got a kit. Let me see if I pull it up in a minute. It has like 48 fills. That's perfect for something like this, for like chopping up and making some little flams and rolls. I don't know if I can find it quickly. I need to keep these links on hand. But yeah, the first kit that I started selling is a product. All right, let's go. So I got this sample here. I'm gonna chop up a little bit, just a little bit, because it's pretty cool as is. So I mean, I could really just loop that. But we won't just loop it. I'll just chop a little bit. I don't know how to copy nothing. There we go. Okay. Let's see. In the sample editor, let me see. That cool. That part's dope. We got something. I'm at a key all the time, singing at a key all the time. What's going on? Beats in bed, what's good? Let's see, I'll roll up to the chat. Dustin McAdams. Just scrolling through, seeing who's in here. Sim City, that's what's up. Go live soon, bro. Been making the videos, that's the next step. That's tracking. The tracking camera I got, I guess, man, I think it's worth it because the quality of it is a 4K. Yeah, for my setup it is. If you go the computer route, it's a lot cheaper because since I go through HDMI, I had to buy this remote and it's a USB camera, right? But there's a USB to HDMI converter so that I can go into my video switcher, which is USB, that goes into my phone. So just having that is nice. But if you don't need the converter, you can just get the remote. I think the remote's not very expensive, but then that'll control the app. But yeah, it's nice. I lose out on some of the features though. Like if I wanted, there's like presets. There's 3 presets you can do. This is gonna mess it up, but yeah, that's a horrible angle. I had to set the presets up in the it's terrible. I don't really use those I had those set up for something early, but I had to set them up in the computer. But there's a track button so I can have it tracking or I can freeze it. If I get up on my seat, I turn the track off because it'll follow me all the way like into the kitchen and stuff. But yeah, I think it gives it a nice element, like too, when I'm like making videos and editing them, you have a bit of that movement. Just makes it a little bit more interesting, you know. Setting up my bass and pedal board more permanently would get me making a lot more. Just hooked up the push 2, pissed. It's a damn push 1. It's the second time Guitar Center did this BS. Well, I mean, you definitely just take that back. Does it not say on the actual, or like on the bottom somewhere, like on a tag? Yeah, man, that's a pain. I mean, the Guitar Center isn't too far away from you, is it? Or did you get it off the internet or what? Beats in bed though, what's good? Big Dog Baki, what's up? Viruses take it out of you. Yeah. Who was fit? I was sick over the weekend, but I was actually relatively motivated for this last one because I just went ahead and did videos anyways. And gotta keep it simple. Not quite where I want the drums at, though.
It's on to the break it down, hands up. It don't stop, it's hip hop, hands up. Raps in my sleep, cause it's the cousin of death, and I'm a loner. Raps in my sleep, cause in the chat, rap.
Getting too much in my head right now. That's how I just been chopping most of my life, beats in bed. just copying a pad. I don't know if it's different. I think probably people that have been using MPC for a while probably used to doing something similar, because older days, like my MPC, like when I first got my MPC 1000, it didn't have any kind of chopping feature. But I mean, I was definitely inspired by Boondock, who he was using all the pads, so I think he did like the, you know, like the auto chop type stuff, or you know, and then I've done some of that, but that I had to come into doing that more. I've usually just have done it this way, or not necessarily this way, but sampling right off the record, and just recording in a chop before it even hits in the machine, you know. So yeah, I don't really get too complicated. Like this is just, it's somewhat looped, you know. It's like 1 or half a bar chop, and it's like I'm only using like 3 pieces. And that's usually how it goes. I mean, like if I hear something, it's, I don't know, when you hear like a dope sample, this is how I feel. If I try to chop it up like by a bunch of regions, I don't feel like, if it's dope to begin with, how am I gonna make this better? So that's kind of how it was with this. Like I hear the sample and the sample's dope, I could literally just loop it because it's simple enough. And I like simple samples, you know, like not too much complexity, not something that's too busy. Like this is just a piano. So I kind of chopped it and made it even simpler, you know, because there's, listen to the sample. Let me get to the sample. Where am I at? Like the whole sample is. So I almost chopped it and made it even more simple, which works for hip hop, man. Just took that. And that's it, that's the loop. It just loops around. It's really just like, it's basically a 2-bar beat. Let's see. See how they work, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's where inspiration comes from, when you see the way someone else does something and then it makes something click in your head and you go try that and then like implement it some way, somehow, or kind of tweak it and add it into what you're doing. Navi was good. What I missed? Yeah, Beats and Bad. It's a vulnerable state, man. I think I just recently started following you, your YouTube page. So yeah, you gotta be able to walk into that vulnerable state. I think growth comes from that, because even right now I'm not fully comfortable. Like when I first started chopping it, I was like singing, and to me it sounded kind of cool. And then I started reading the chat, and I come back and kind of feeling a bit self-conscious, like in my head, about trying to harmonize with this. So yeah, vulnerable. But I've been there, definitely. Absolute privacy. Like I used to hate it, and even still, this is still like a kind of a solitary practice for me, even though I share online. Like I like to, I don't know, maybe I'm growing, but still, I mean, I'm still in here by myself, but with you all on the other side of the camera. So you did get it off the website. You know what? They did that to me too. You know, it's crazy. This was like a couple years ago or a year ago. I thought I was buying an MPC Live 2, a used one. It was at a great price, which I should have known better, but I figured, you know what? Let's see if I can catch them on something. And Sure enough, when it arrived, it was a live one. But they had a picture. It said, the title said MPC Live, but it had a picture. It had multiple pictures of a Live 2. And so when I called them to ask them about it, they didn't really hold themselves accountable at all. They're like, like a misspell or whatever is the same as like having a wrong picture is the same. I don't feel like that's equal. If you put a picture of a Live 2 up there, it's not the same as a typo. You know what I mean? Like not putting a 2 next to the Live is not the same as putting a picture of a Live 2 and then sending someone an MPC Live 1. Like that's, and it was still an okay price for a Live 1, but like I thought I was getting a Live 2. So you got it offline, but at least you got a Guitar Center nearby. You could take it and drop it off. Get yourself a refund. Bro, you should just go and get yourself the 3 if you're going to get into it. But I don't know. I know you're not really... I mean, you spent like $200 on that. Cresshead, what's good? MPC 4-4 got the boot. I see. Yeah. Who knows for how long, man? That's just how I am. I'm weird. That was my 3rd SP. I'm trying to be a little more disciplined this time. So, yeah, I did sell it. I'll put it on eBay. I've had this eBay store for like last 20 years when I first started getting into music production. Yeah, I'm older than I look, but I think we're all about the same age. But yeah, like the first thing I ever bought on eBay was probably like a Emu Mofat rack, either that or like a MIDI controller. And I've got like over 400. I've got 100% positive feedback on there. Like over 400 transactions of me buying and selling stuff. So that's like a combination of purchases and sales. So that alone, like the majority of that is just music gear. So I grab it up, I sell it. There's multiple pieces that I've owned multiple times. Doesn't mean it's the last time. But yeah, I recently renamed my eBay store Lifted Noise so people can see that it's attached to this YouTube channel. I plan on putting the MPC 1000 on there and having a video to showcase that a little bit. And yeah, plan on using it as like e-commerce. Get some revenue coming through here through Lifted Noise. Some way, somehow. But I've been doing little hustles since way before I've been on YouTube. Like I was selling these little CF cards for the MPC 500. So like the MPC 500 didn't have key group programs, and the 1000 back in the day before JJOS didn't have key group programs. But I used to MIDI the MPC 1000 and the 500 to like an audio, like a sound module. And so you could trigger with the pads, right? And so I would sample the sounds in by triggering the pads and then just do a couple samples per bank and then just like pitch them up and down. And so I made these instrument programs when stuff like that wasn't really available. And I sold quite a few of them on CF cards. Specifically for the 500, I had made these little labels with these terrible little, this terrible artwork. It was bad. But I still have like probably 20 of those CF cards. But yeah, I've been like trying to do little hustles and stuff for a minute, I guess. And I'm still trying to figure it out. It's just kind of in my blood, like to be entrepreneurial. I don't really pursue the know-how to actually do it right, which should be my next step. I'll predict he'll get one again. There you go. Yeah, it might be a year, like unless Roland comes out with a big update. But from my like knowledge, like perception, I feel like they've come up with a new one every year. Like, it takes a year, and then but they really pack it with a bunch of stuff. So if they put like Zencore in there, like all the sounds, then I'd definitely get it. You know, if they added that to the sound generator, I'd probably pick that up pretty quick. Yeah, MPC is a great student box, and that's ultimately why I kept this one. Although, like, there's stuff that I like about the 404 more, like the sampling. I've talked about this before, but with MPC3, the way they're bringing the sampling to the main screen and making it almost like SP style, SP straight to pad recording. We'll have to see how it is when it gets here, but that helps. Definitely helps. You know, just pick this over like having to have, you know, because the SP was my idea box. Like, coming up with ideas was more enjoyable than doing it in the MPC. Let's see what time I got to leave, guys. I gotta go pick up the kids. I wanted to get some vocals on this, because usually if I make a beat and I don't get some vocals on it, it's just gonna get trashed. Like, if I don't do it in one sitting, I don't feel like the inspiration is gonna come later. The 3.0 looper page as undo? Do you mean on the MPC? I don't know if did they do any changes to the looper on MPC3? I didn't notice if they did talk about it. Baked in audio recorder into the playlist arranger. That sounds interesting. Baked in audio recorder. One thing I noticed is, like, I think you can consolidate. Like, so if you were to do like takes, doing like vocal comps, I think you can consolidate, mix down like a section, which is super useful. I was hoping for something like that on there with the older firmware, and then boom, maybe that's what you're talking about. Never used audio tracks ever. I use them all the time, writing full songs in this. All right, let's start using it. I've got a lot of Amen Jungle Loops kits with all the old samples. I'm gonna give it a go. There's a guy called Spin Scott from America. I've seen Spin Scott, a finger drummer, does a jungle D&B type stuff. Chris said, that's not interesting to you with MPC3. Well, Bad Streaks, it's good. Yeah, the beta is just, it's going to be, I think, released for everyone, SimCity. Publicly for everybody at one time. Because I signed up the same day of. Alright, Boom Bad Streets, man. Have a good one, bro. I'm about to jump off here in a second, too. John Vieira, what's good? A nice, encouraging word. Well, I got a bunch of the CF cards. I got like one that has all the sounds on it, and then a bunch of like blank ones that I could copy it onto. Lifted predictions next month, MPC3. Yeah, that's my new prediction. There was never any. I think they just had like the influencers, the YouTubers that have the beta already. I think I heard Av McCree say mid-August, and I don't know if I heard anyone else say that, but mid-August is past. So, and my guess was yesterday, and then yesterday I said since it didn't come, next month, at the very earliest next month. But yeah, that's it because it's 2 p.m. I gotta run over here because there's a big old line to pick the kids up. I gotta find a nice little spot to park and walk up to the school. Wanted to do some more, but hey, it is what it is. I'm gonna try to get on tomorrow. Let's see how long, or if I can attempt to do 30 live streams in 30 days. See how it goes. I'm kind of curious what it'd do for my AdSense, just out of curiosity for science. You know what I mean? So yeah, until next time, I encourage y'all to get into doing what it is that you want to do, making videos or live streams, SimCity, blatantly blatant, talked about it. Make sure you set up those systems, man, so it makes it easy for you to just go, and rather than say, no, I'll just wait because the circumstances and the opportunity isn't quite right, you know? That's the saying too that pops up, and I forget if I can quote it right. Don't even know who said it. But luck is, let me gather my thoughts. One of y'all probably get to it before I say it. Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity, something like that. So you got to be prepared, because when the opportunity strikes, that's when you dive in. If you're not prepared, there's an opportunity. You may see it, but it's going to go right by. You won't be able to take it. So set up those systems. I'm going to work on it too. I want to create easy systems for my whole house, you know, set myself and my whole household, my kids, everything, my wife up for success. You know what I mean? Have those good systems. I still got to figure it out. I think I got the mind state for it, the drive for it, but it's a lot of planning, preparation. All right, I appreciate y'all. Keep on running with your dreams. God bless, and peace.